Hello, good morning. I want to talk today about the hidden shift that changes your business in 90 days. I'm Dominique and I'm a 10x performance coach where I get you to think bigger and to act better. And that's what we're going to talk about today. You might be doing the right things in your business and you might be working really hard, but still the results don't match the efforts. And I know what I'm talking about. I can tell you. It doesn't mean you're failing. It usually means that one small pattern is running your business and you want to actually control that. So today I want to talk about that one small shift that can quietly change your business in the next 90 days. I work very much with the next 90 days because you don't need that much time to think about things and change things, but 90 days is really the right timing to do that. And so many entrepreneurs, myself included in the past at least, now I know how to do things and it's not always 100%, but I can tell you for 90%, I'm really working towards what I'm going to talk about today. So when you're as an entrepreneur, you feel that you're busy, but that moving forward actually don't give you the results. You feel that you're committed, but you still feel that you're frustrated. And probably you are successful, but yet it feels heavy. You don't feel like you're actually taking real pleasure of that success. Are you this entrepreneur? Are you this person? Then you want to listen to this. This actually often happens right before that you want to go to your next level of your success. So just think about it. Every time that you actually felt like you're getting stuck, it might have been that you stopped at one point and that you didn't take, the discomfort to move to the next level. So I invite you to think about that while I'm going through the different points that I want to highlight for you today. And this is a podcast that I'm actually doing on the Your Next Me podcast. And every Monday I'm giving a live. And if I cannot do the live, then I'm recording it and I'll share it afterwards. But at least you can find it back on Spotify, on Apple, and on YouTube as well. So if you know me a little bit, and if you don't know me, then probably you will get to know me here. I believe in discipline and I really believe in action. And I believe that massive action does create results because the massive actions will get you there. But very often I also see people thinking, massive action, it's too much work, it's too much on me, it will give me a burnout. It's not a matter of a burnout here. Massive action can only happen if you have clarity. And the clarity comes from obviously getting you to the right results. But there is a lot that I see people doing. They have a lot of discipline. They might have the discipline. Some people don't have it. But if you have the discipline and you are active, you still can be stuck. You still can feel that you're not moving forward to your results. So why is that? It's probably not because you lack efforts, and it's probably not because your efforts don't pay off. It's just because they're spread everywhere and you have them all over the place. And so you get into this chaos and you don't really know where to start. So big results don't come from big moves alone. They come from small decisions applied consistently in the right direction. So I'm just going to repeat the sentence. I actually wrote it down for myself as well so that I can give you this back to you in the right way. Big moves alone are not enough, but they come from small decisions that you apply consistently in the right direction. So how do you start actually your days? Do you start in a reaction mode? Do you start with urgency? Do you start that you have already the stress even before your day has started? Are you actually going to live in function of the priorities of others? Might be your husband, might be your kids, or it might be your boss if you work for a boss. It might be for a client that is requiring you to have the attention right away. So what is it? Just think about that. What gets your attention first? And what that attention is will set the tone for the rest of the day. So if you give yourself a little bit more time in the morning to think about what you want to choose as an intention for the day, and that you set your priority, it will give you an intention that will set your mindset as well in that direction. And you will not rush because you will see where you're at. Ask yourself what makes your day successful. I do this every morning, and I even go to bed in the evening thinking the same thing. What has made my day successful? What will make my day tomorrow successful again? But think about that because it's going to help you. Because that little shift that you will have to make will depend on that. So that one is important. Being busy might feel productive. I see this with many people, that they are very busy and they have that feeling that they are productive. But it actually doesn't give them the growth that they want to have. Most actions maintain your business, but very few actually move it towards where you want to go, towards that goal that you want to achieve. So growth comes from one repeatable action. And I'm putting the word repeatable because if you have an action and you don't continue doing it, it will not become a result that will give you satisfaction. So it needs to have that consistency. That one action needs to go and take it every moment, every day in that consistency. So if one action needs to have your attention and it is something that you need to do repeatedly, then obviously it requires to have that consistency. You will see that after a while, it will not require a lot of efforts. It will be feeling that it needs just that commitment, but it will feel a lot more lighter. It will not give you that pressure of heaviness, and it will give you a lot more impact, I can tell you. Growth always asks for discomfort first, always. As soon as I'm in discomfort, I know I'm doing something that will shift and that will give me results. I can tell you, everything I do very often is discomfort. And it's just because I'm growing and I'm stepping forward and I'm doing something new and I learn. And if it doesn't work, I try again and again until it works. And if I cannot do it, and if, let's say, ChatGPT cannot help me to get where I want to go, because he or she, and depending on how you call it, can really help you to give you the right instructions and directions. But you still will have to do it. It's like a coach. I coach a lot of people. But every time I coach them, I tell them as well, I can help you to think through things, identify your patterns that you need to change, see where you're stuck, and help you to identify what you need to do, but you will still have to do it by yourself. I cannot do it for you because you would not learn anything if I would do everything for you. Obviously, you can delegate tasks, but you will still have to know how to do them first because it's very hard to delegate things to people if you don't know how those work. So decisions you avoid will slow everything down. And the cost of staying comfortable is often higher than the risk of change. There are people that hate change. But if you think about it, you are in a constant change all the time. So why would you put it away? Why wouldn't you embrace it and take it? Because it will happen every time. It will happen anyway. Whether that that change is going to be comfortable or uncomfortable, it's still a change. And you can make it to the level where you want to go. So if that shift that you need to change is discomfortable, then it's a good sign because it will make you to get you to the results that you want to achieve. And that's why I like to think about results that are goals that are bigger than what you actually think you can achieve, because we have a lot more potential in us. And if we stay too comfortable in achieving those goals, you will get to small results as well. So think about that. So you don't need to change everything, okay? When you have something that needs to move forward and you have the feeling that everything needs to change, don't do that. Just look at one little piece of that big elephant, let's say, that can make a difference already. And start to do that one first little thing. And once that you feel comfortable about that one, it's time to change to another one and add one on top of the first one. And you do this step by step. but do that commitment during 90 days. So as soon as you have chosen to shift something, do this for the next 90 days. Put this in an objective. I work with my clients and I make them to work on a 90-day plan. So we go through 4 objectives, we look at the strategies, and we put the actions behind it. And so if you have that small action in those 90 days, like I have a client that wants to start a webinar, discomfort, doesn't know how to use the tools, but is committed to go there. Well, in the actions, he has twice a month this webinar. He knows now exactly which steps he needs to take to get there. I gave him a process plan of all the steps to go there. And once that you get into that habit, you will see that it becomes so much easier to do than when you actually have to overthink it every time. Just start with that small little step. And if you need help to get there, then obviously coaches are there to help you. But ask yourself, if I changed that little one thing, what would you feel different? And how would that feel different in your business, but also for yourself? How would you feel different? And I'm sure that with the answer that you will give you there, you will make that shift and you will take that little action and commit for the next 90 days. Big growth doesn't require a big leap. It requires small decisions. I realize again that every time people don't take decisions and they feel that the decisions are hard to take, it is a matter of not trusting in yourself very often that decision is going to make the right change for you. But if you don't try it, you'll never know it. I had here a client that just signed up for an immersion day, or for two immersion days. And this person was telling me, actually, I procrastinate on making decisions. I really have a hard time to make decisions. And then I asked them, did you get enough information to make a decision on participating to those immersion days? And he said yes immediately. And I told him, did you realize that actually now you took a decision immediately? You didn't overthink it, you didn't procrastinate, but you took this decision. Why? Because you know that you need this. So why would you have to think this over and over and over where it drains your energy? By taking that decision right away, how do you feel? Well, this client was saying, well, it feels already that I made a big change and a big shift. I feel motivated and I feel like I want to start doing this right away. So making decisions actually will make you feel so much better when you take them immediately. And sometimes I know people need a night to overthink things, and that's fine, but don't do more than that. Take that decision and go with it. It will help you to get faster to your results. So, if you didn't know, and that's another thing I would like to say, it's that actually when you do a new thing, so you have a new shift that you're taking into action, and you do this, I tell you to do this for 90 days, but actually the big change starts at 60 days. So if you have an action that you repeat every day for 60 days, it will become a habit. And it will really start being in your system when you hit the 90 days. Then you don't have to think about it anymore, and it becomes a constant habit, automated habit. Okay? So start small, stay consistent, let the ripple do the rest, because that's the best way to get there. I just want to highlight again here the impressions that I have when I work with my clients. On Saturday, I had a Your Next Me mastermind, kicked off this year with a new group of 8 ambitious women, me included. And we meet every 2 months. So I told them, I said, let's work on a plan with your goals for the next 2 months so that we can keep you accountable and that we can look at the results next time that we meet. And I told them to make those goals much bigger. I'm someone that is working with big goals, 10x goals, 10 times bigger, and see what that gives, the results that you see from it. And it gave a lot of the participants that discomfort from, oh my God, this is really big. I will never be able to do this. And so then we reversed engineered this to look at the small possibilities that there were to get there. And then they started realizing that it's not about the big goal, because the big goal is there, it motivates you, but it shouldn't scare you, because when you make it to that small action, you realize that it actually is feasible to get to those big goals. When you take that action and repeat it constantly, it can be that you have to call 10 clients every day, or it can be that you want to connect with clients through social media, LinkedIn, whatever, on a consistent basis, like every day, 20, 30 people. But once that you start doing that every day, it becomes a habit and you won't have to think about it all the time. And it gives you obviously a lot more possibility to get you to the results that you want. So if you feel that you're stuck, if you feel that you need that clarity and that you need to be accompanied by a coach, a mentor, then obviously you can do this already by listening to the podcast with everything that I share every week. So I would say follow me on LinkedIn. So I'm on all other platforms, Instagram, Facebook, but you can also subscribe on the YouTube channel, or the Spotify, Apple podcast, so that you don't miss anything. And if you take that big decision to work together with a coach and mentor and you feel I'm the right one for you, I would be more than happy to work with you. Have a great week, and I see you next week. Bye.